Have you ever felt stuck in a conversation, like you couldn't leave even though you really wanted to? That's what manipulation feels like. It's like someone's pulling strings behind the scenes to make you do what they want. And you know what's crazy? This manipulation stuff has been going on for ages, like back in ancient times. Even Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic, warned folks about it. Nowadays, with all this social media and texting, it's like manipulation has gotten sneakier. It's like this invisible force that makes you do things you don't really want to do. But guess what? We can learn to spot it and deal with it using some old school wisdom from the Stoics. But hey, before we jump into that, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming up. We're going to break down everything you need to know so you can stand up to manipulation like a boss. So, let's dig in and explore the ins and outs of manipulation. Get ready to learn 8 super important ways to recognize manipulation and take back control of your life. Are you ready to get started? Let's do this. Number 1. Emotional blackmail. Imagine someone leveraging your emotional connections, your love, your fears, or your sense of duty, as tools for their own benefit. This insidious behavior, known as emotional blackmail, seeks to manipulate others for personal gain. Stoicism provides valuable insights on how to recognize and respond to this form of manipulation. In Stoic philosophy, personal integrity and emotional resilience are highly valued. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius emphasize the importance of acting in accordance with virtue, even in the face of external pressures. Therefore, when confronted with emotional blackmail, Stoicism teaches us to respond with compassion while also maintaining firm boundaries to protect our well-being. Responding with compassion means recognizing the humanity of the individual engaging in emotional blackmail. They may be acting out of their own insecurities or emotional struggles, and approaching the situation with empathy can help de-escalate tensions. However, it's essential to balance compassion with self-preservation. Maintaining firm boundaries is crucial in dealing with emotional blackmail. Stoicism encourages us to prioritize our well-being and integrity, even if it means setting limits or refusing to comply with manipulative demands. By asserting our autonomy and refusing to be coerced into actions that compromise our values, we uphold the Stoic principle of personal freedom. In essence, Stoicism teaches us to navigate relationships with wisdom and integrity, even in the face of emotional manipulation. By responding with compassion while also prioritizing our own well-being, we empower ourselves to maintain healthy boundaries and cultivate authentic connections based on mutual respect and understanding. Number 2. Humor as disguised disrespect. Picture this: you're sharing a light-hearted moment with someone, enjoying the laughter and camaraderie, when suddenly, a comment is made at your expense. It catches you off guard, leaving a sting that lingers long after the laughter fades. This type of humor, disguised as a joke but carrying underlying disrespect, is a subtle yet powerful form of manipulation. In Stoic philosophy, clear communication and respect for others are fundamental principles. Stoics like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius emphasize the importance of fostering genuine connections built on mutual respect and understanding. Humor, when used appropriately, can strengthen these bonds, bringing joy and levity to our interactions. However, when humor is wielded as a weapon to belittle or demean others, it creates discomfort and erodes trust. Stoicism encourages us to set boundaries and communicate openly about what is acceptable in our interactions. By establishing clear guidelines for communication, we can ensure that humor contributes to connection rather than causing harm. This might involve expressing discomfort when jokes cross a line, or simply being mindful of how our words might impact others. When faced with humor that disguises disrespect, Stoicism reminds us to respond with grace and integrity. Instead of reacting impulsively or retaliating with unkindness, we can choose to address the issue calmly and assertively. By upholding the principles of clear communication and mutual respect, we create spaces where humor can truly thrive, fostering genuine connections and strengthening relationships. Number 3. Playing the victim. Imagine a scenario where instead of taking responsibility for their actions, someone shifts blame onto others, portraying themselves as the innocent victim. This manipulation tactic aims to evade accountability and manipulate emotions, but Stoicism offers a counterbalance with its emphasis on personal responsibility and integrity. In Stoic philosophy, taking ownership of our actions and choices is paramount. Stoics like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius taught that true freedom comes from being accountable for our behavior, rather than seeking to manipulate others for our benefit. When someone plays the victim, they attempt to control the narrative and garner sympathy, often at the expense of truth and fairness. Stoicism teaches us not to be swayed by manipulative tactics but to stay grounded in our principles. By recognizing the difference between genuine suffering and manipulative behavior, we can respond with wisdom and compassion. This might involve setting boundaries to protect ourselves from emotional manipulation or gently challenging the victim narrative to encourage accountability. When faced with someone playing the victim, Stoicism reminds us to uphold our integrity and remain steadfast in our commitment to truth and fairness. By refusing to enable manipulative behavior and holding ourselves and others accountable, we create a culture of honesty and resilience. In doing so, we honor the Stoic ideals of personal responsibility and moral integrity, fostering healthier relationships and communities. Number 4. Exploiting kindness. Imagine extending a helping hand or offering a kind gesture, only for it to be taken advantage of for someone else's benefit. This form of manipulation, known as exploiting kindness, undermines the genuine goodwill behind our actions. Stoicism provides valuable guidance on how to identify and respond to this manipulation tactic. In Stoic philosophy, kindness is regarded as a virtuous and noble trait, rooted in genuine compassion and goodwill towards others. However, when acts of kindness are exploited for personal gain, they lose their inherent value and become transactional in nature. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of setting boundaries and recognizing the true essence of kindness, which is given freely and without expectation of reciprocity. By adhering to Stoic principles, individuals can safeguard their acts of kindness from exploitation while remaining true to their values and principles. Stoicism teaches us to value genuine kindness, which is motivated by a sincere desire to uplift and support others, rather than seeking personal gain or recognition. Moreover, Stoicism encourages individuals to set clear boundaries and assert their autonomy when faced with exploitative behavior. By establishing boundaries and communicating assertively, individuals can protect themselves from manipulation and maintain the integrity of their acts of kindness. Ultimately, Stoicism reminds us that true kindness arises from a place of genuine compassion and empathy, and it should never be exploited or taken advantage of for personal gain. By honoring the principles of Stoicism and cultivating a deeper understanding of true kindness, individuals can navigate interactions with integrity and compassion, fostering genuine connections and relationships based on mutual respect and goodwill. Number 5. Minimizing feelings. Picture a scenario where you pour your heart out to someone, only to have your feelings dismissed as insignificant or compared unfavorably to someone else's. This dismissive behavior, known as minimizing feelings, can leave individuals feeling invalidated and belittled. Stoicism offers valuable insights on how to recognize and respond to this form of emotional manipulation. In Stoic philosophy, the acknowledgement and acceptance of emotions are central to personal growth and resilience. Stoics like Epictetus emphasize the importance of recognizing our feelings as valid and worthy of acknowledgement, regardless of external validation. Therefore, when confronted with someone minimizing our feelings, Stoicism teaches us to turn inward for validation and support. Acknowledging and validating our emotions internally is a core tenet of Stoic practice. By cultivating self-awareness and emotional resilience, we empower ourselves to recognize the validity of our feelings without relying on external validation. This internal validation serves as a source of strength and reassurance, allowing us to navigate challenging situations with integrity and self-assurance. Furthermore, Stoicism encourages us to approach interactions with empathy and understanding, even when faced with minimizing behavior. Rather than reacting defensively or engaging in conflict, we can respond with patience and compassion, recognizing that the individual minimizing our feelings may be acting out of their own insecurities or limitations. Ultimately, Stoicism teaches us to prioritize our emotional well-being while also fostering empathy and understanding in our interactions with others. By acknowledging and validating our emotions internally, we cultivate resilience and self-assurance, enabling us to navigate emotional manipulation with grace and integrity. Number 6. Kindness with strings attached. Imagine someone showering you with gifts and favors, but their kindness comes with hidden expectations. This manipulative tactic seeks to create a sense of indebtedness, making you feel obliged to reciprocate in ways that benefit the manipulator. However, Stoicism offers a different perspective on kindness. In Stoic philosophy, true kindness is unconditional and offered without expecting anything in return. Stoics like Seneca emphasize the importance of genuine generosity, which is given freely and without ulterior motives. This kind of kindness is not a transaction but an expression of virtue, enriching both the giver and the receiver. When faced with kindness with strings attached, Stoicism encourages us to set boundaries to protect ourselves from exploitation. By recognizing the difference between genuine generosity and manipulative behavior, we can respond with wisdom and integrity. This might involve expressing gratitude for the gesture while making it clear that we won't be manipulated into fulfilling someone else's agenda. Stoicism teaches us to value our independence and self-sufficiency, not relying on others' approval or favors to validate our worth. By cultivating a mindset of generosity and discernment, we can foster healthier relationships based on mutual respect and trust. In doing so, we honor the Stoic ideals of integrity and moral virtue, enriching our lives and the lives of those around us. Number 7. Testing worth. Have you ever felt like you're constantly being put to the test in a relationship, where no matter how much you give or do, it never seems enough? It's like you're always on trial, trying to prove your worth over and over again. This testing of worth is a manipulative tactic aimed at making you doubt yourself and your value. But here's the thing: Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, offers us a different perspective. It teaches us that our worth isn't something external that we have to earn or prove to others. Instead, it's an inherent part of who we are, independent of anyone else's judgments or expectations. So, when someone tries to make you feel like you're not good enough or that you have to constantly prove yourself, remember that your value comes from within. You don't need validation from anyone else to know your worth. Number 8. Ambiguity in communication. Have you ever been in a situation where someone's words and actions seem to be at odds, leaving you feeling like you're trying to piece together a puzzle with missing pieces? Passive aggressiveness, a form of communication where hidden hostility or resentment is expressed indirectly, can create a sense of confusion and frustration. It's like trying to read between the lines of a story where half of the pages are torn out, In the realm of Stoicism, which emphasizes clarity and honesty in communication, navigating through ambiguity becomes essential. Instead of playing a guessing game with someone's intentions, Stoicism encourages us to seek transparency and straightforwardness in our interactions. By doing so, we not only promote understanding and trust but also prevent misunderstandings and unnecessary conflicts. When faced with passive aggressiveness, it's important to remember that Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on what is within our control. While we can't force others to communicate openly, we can choose how we respond to their ambiguous behavior. This might involve asking direct questions to clarify their intentions, or setting boundaries to protect ourselves from emotional manipulation. Ultimately, by embracing Stoic principles and advocating for clear communication, we can cultivate healthier and more authentic relationships built on mutual respect and understanding. As we confront manipulation with the steadfastness of Stoic principles, we not only defend ourselves but also fortify our inner strength and resilience. Each encounter with manipulation, when met with the virtues of Stoicism, becomes a stepping stone towards the serenity we aspire to attain. We invite you to embark on this journey of self-discovery and empowerment, where every challenge becomes an opportunity for growth, and every trial reinforces our inner resolve. Join us as we continue to explore the depths of Stoic wisdom and cultivate the resilience needed to navigate life's complexities with grace and integrity. Together, let's embrace the path of Stoicism and forge ahead towards a future marked by inner peace and unwavering strength.